Hello everyone, I'm here to talk about adding to your Gluebook fodder. This video is all about using things that you probably already have. If you look around a little bit, you probably have a lot more than you think you do have. So the first thing I want to talk about is using your rubber stamps. I will take a day and just stamp out a bunch of images. I get out the rubber stamps and bunches of different colors of ink pads. I get little pieces of paper, different colors of paper, different types of paper, and I just start stamping images that I can use. Some of them, and this is a kind of a cool little piece right there. I do add color to them sometimes, and I'll just use a little bit of a duster and just add, so it's not quite so stark white. So that is a really cool little piece that I would add just like that. I was probably meant to use it as eyes, but I really like that as it is. So I get different types of paper out, security envelope patterns and book text and some painted papers sometimes, and I will just stamp different images, a lot of the same images on different types of paper. Here is a tree. This is actually embossed on a piece of, what is that, catalog. It's a piece of catalog. I like the numbers. Piece of just regular paper and piece of colored paper. Some book text. And I do stamp out more than one image so that I don't have to do that again. I just do a bunch of them. And so I have them for whenever. Here are some that I've added color to. I've used color pencils and just colored in the images. I can fussy cut them. Here's one that's done on top of painted paper. Embossing is good. I do embossing with the glitter and, whatever. I emboss on top of text, wrapping paper, security envelope patterns, on black, on white, on whatever. And then I can cut those out and use them. A lot of times I will just get a piece of paper out and stamp a bunch of different things in black, color some of them in, cut them out, use them as I want to use them. So I have a bunch of stamps, and I'm sure you all do too. When's the last time you looked at your stamps? Just go find your rubber stamps. And that is a really good way to get images to use, and you don't have to buy anything. It's right there. You bought the stamps already. You might as well use them for your projects. Okay, so rubber stamps. The patterns are good too. If you have patterns like this one, floral patterns or whatever, you can stamp a piece of paper with a bunch of patterns, circles, or whatever you have, and you have bits of paper to glue. The second one is scrapbook paper. I like light colors myself, so I would just randomly rip a piece of that off and put that into my basket to use. I like different size patterns. I like small patterns as well as large. It makes it more interesting. I like floral type of patterns alongside geometric. I really like geometric type things. Handwriting. There's a bunch of different types of handwriting. I love handwriting. I like the way it looks in GlueBooks. And so scrapbook paper is really a great way to find some of those. Images as well. Here's some bits of bicycle, and I will use that just as it is. The images in the scrapbook paper are fun to use, just like you would anything else. And I'm sure you'll find birds and all kinds of things. So scrapbook paper is great. Here's some leftover color book pages. I like to use those in my GlueBooks a lot too. The next one is tissue paper. I have all kinds of different tissue paper. I love gluing tissue paper into my GlueBooks. Some of them are patterns. I love checkerboards. Some of them, and the triangles too. Some of them are more plain. This one is one with a little bit of glitter embedded in it. Geometrics, I really like those a lot. Those tissue papers that have some little images are great. I do sometimes add squirts of watercolor to them. And to do this, you just need to lay out the tissue paper and let it be wrinkly a little bit and just use a mister and mist a little bit of color on it, and don't touch it until it dries because it's really fragile. I do also use my rubber stamps on tissue paper, usually after I've added some color to it. So all that is really good. And tissue paper, also dress pattern type things. I like the looks of the dress pattern, and it's a nice neutral color, so it goes with absolutely everything. Another one is, let me set that aside for a second. Another one is napkins. We all have napkins. They are great for images and things. Napkins, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a ton of napkins to use. So tissue paper, napkins. I like to collect paper, those rice papers and those mulberry papers, those handmade papers. I get little packs. Sometimes they have them at Walmart. So those are really cool to add different types of paper to GlueBooks. And I use this kind of thing a lot. A lot of times they'll come in little tiny bits like this. So they're like perfect size to just grab out of the package and glue down. Another one that I like to use is wrapping paper. I've had this one forever. I think this is my last little piece of this red wrapping paper. I've had it for at least 10 years, probably 20 years. I really liked it. But wrapping paper is a lot of fun. You can find wrapping paper with images on it. I found this little one with cats at Target a few years back. And I still have a little bit of that left too. Here's some stripes. So wrapping paper is really good. Let me get these out of your way. Another one is stickers. I know I went and collected a bunch of stickers at one point. Now I'm trying to use them all up. I don't really buy them anymore. But stickers are a great way to add images. This was a sticker for a used bookstore. It's in Tampa. I think it even might be on clear. No, it's on white. but I love the image. So all those stickers that we have, we might as well start using the stuff we have. And also paper punches. I have a bunch of butterflies. This one here is hands. I like to use the punch and also the what's left over after I've punched. So I can put that on something, you know, white, and it will show up. So I like both. I use both of them. I've used both the punch and what's left over. We all have the Tim Holtz Ephemera Packs. The little people, we all have those. They're great. Just, you know, cut them up, take maybe a layer off the back so they're easier to glue, and glue those into your glue books. All kinds of ephemera packs that you have. I'm sure there's other brands too of ephemera packs. These I've had for at least 20 years. ATC pads, and they have little images in there. I mean, bunches of that kinds of thing. I have not bought them in years, but I am trying to use this stuff up. Origami paper. I have had this book for a while. There is a lot of cool pieces of paper in there to use just as pieces of to glue into your glue books. Here's one. I like the lighter colors. I'll just take a sheet and rip it randomly so that it's all different sizes. And I will include that. Notepads. If you ever have gotten notepads with cool little images on them, use those in your glue books. Playing cards. I was buying all kinds of kids' games, and I take them apart. I take the cards apart so that they're thinner and easier to glue into my glue books or whatever. I was using these for junk journals. But they are really fun to just tear apart and use those in your glue books as well. Doilies. We have a ton of doilies. These are cool in glue books. It adds a bit of texture and fun stuff. And then cupcake wrappers. Another thing that I used to buy a bunch of if I came across something really cool. And now I'm trying to use up all of them that I have. So cupcake wrappers with a little bit of design on them. I'm sure you have all kinds of things. Use what you have. Look around your room, your storage, and pull out, you know, things. You'll find a bunch of stuff that you have. What are you waiting for? Use it up. That's my theme. Use it. Don't buy more. Use what you have. So I hope this helps, adding a little bit of glue book fodder to your gluing basket. Thanks for watching.